Well, thanks for joining us for your song of the day. This is from the teaching album John Fisher, 1971. And he introduces Moses to you after, remember the last song we had? What Has Gone Wrong? With the girl kind of searching for answers. What happened to the church? Well, here it is, Evangelical Veil Productions, called Under the New Covenant. Here you go.
My name is Moses. Now don't be alarmed. This isn't the first time I've shown up since I died. The reason I'm back this time is that I have a real affinity for what these kids want to teach you. Take this young lady, for instance. Have you ever felt like her? I suppose we all have at one time or another. The unfortunate thing is that we so often take the easy way out. Rather than being honest, as she has been, with our frustrations and struggles, we cover them up behind masks of spiritual piety. I'm a master at that myself. I used to wear a veil over my face all the time when I was leading the children of Israel. I made them believe that I was wearing the veil to protect them from the brightness of the glory on my face, when actually, under the veil, that brightness had long faded away. Little did I know that I was starting quite a trend. People have been veiling their inadequacies ever since. But the most alarming thing is that the greatest preponderance of this veiledom is in Christian churches. You know, if there was some way of making masks that would enable whoever wore one to look like a spiritual giant, and somebody could market them in Christian bookstores across the country, they'd make a killing. Evangelical Veil Productions, reduction, got all kinds of shapes and sizes, introductory bonus prizes. Special quality one-way see-through. You can see them, but they can't see you. Never have to show yourself again. Just released Moses model, comes with a shiny plastic bottle. Makes you look like you just seen the Lord. You just seen the Lord. Just one daily application and you'll fool the congregation. Guaranteed to last the whole week. 7 days. Evangelical Veil Productions, pick one up now at quite a reduction. Got all kinds of shapes and sizes, introductory bonus prizes. Special quality one-way see-through. You can see them, but they can't see you. Never have to show yourself again. Got a back from a summer camp veil with a mountaintop look, it'll never fail. As long as you renew it every year. Renew it every year. Plus a special Jesus Freak file. Everyone comes with a permanent smile. A one-way button and a sticker for your car. For your car. Evangelical Veil Productions, pick one up now and reduction. Got all kinds of exercises, introductory bonus prizes. Special quality one-way see-through. You can see them, but see you. Never have to show yourself again. Oh, you never have to show yourself again. No, you never have to show yourself again. You're protected.
And that was the true symbol of the 70s.
Don't buy
You know,
solar
that
panels.
many...
Seriously,
Excuse me.
there is a very good
Sorry
reason
about
why
that.
we're saying
Trying to
this.
stop
If you're
that.
thinking about buying solar panels,
Ah.
don't. The U.S.
I like commercials, and I don't like when they stop. Especially when you want them to stop. Anyhow, this is so true of what happened in the 70s and 80s that a lot of people weren't themselves. They would put on a mask. Yeah, they'd show up to church and they'd look all good on that Saturday or Sunday. But, you know, the rest of the week, they visited places they shouldn't have gone to. They've done things they shouldn't have done. They had secrets. And they still proclaimed, oh, yeah, I love Jesus. Yeah, of course. Yeah, you can love Jesus, but, you know, you're not saved by attrition. You're not saved by someone else's right living. You are saved by His living, but you cannot call on counterfeit grace or like abuse your grace just to sin abundantly and say, okay, once saved, I can do what I want. That's what happened when you wear the mask. You're not really yourself. To be honest means that you break down, you'll cry, you'll say things that hurt. In honesty, God cleanses you. He hears the contrite sinner. And when we fellowship one another and we can trust one another and be accountable to one another that way, then God does change our lives. He helps us. But if we continually live in a mask, real hard to change that. Because you're not serious. You're not making. As J. Vernon McGee once said, you don't mean business with God. God means business. He expects all of you. So, there you have it for today's Song of the Day.